Okay. Alright, good morning guys. Before we start today's video, I do want to apologize for like the changing of light that might happen. Another thing I want to mention is that this list may or may not have been partially written when I was drunk. I'm being open with you guys right now. So if some of these seem a little bit out of whack, I'm gonna try to decipher it too because I just kind of hit print and I'm curious to see what are on the list. So today's video is 20 things you should do before you're 20. I will say guys, before we start this, subscribe to my channel. Each subscription is a glass of water. Drunk Dan, who like helped write some of these, so guys, subscribe. Number 1, get your driver's license. There are so many people that I know that have just put it off. I get that it could be expensive, but it's not like outrageously expensive to get a driver's license. Even if you don't have a car to drive, just have one. 2, graduate high school. Post-secondary is totally up to you and if you feel like it's something you need to do, but high school is just so essential in getting a good job. I'm gonna be straight up with you. I think it's needed. Okay. 3, have a job. At one point, I had 2 jobs at the same time. I worked at a sports store selling running shoes. And I also worked at a skate shop building skateboards and selling skate clothing. And it just taught me so much about like the value of $1. If you're always getting money from somebody and you're not actually working for it, then you're gonna spend that money because it's nothing to you. There's no hard work behind that purchase. 4, use a real film camera. You guys might not even know where to get those things, but even like a disposable camera, something that isn't your phone. Phone cameras are amazing, don't get me wrong, pretty much all the photos I take are on my phone. However, it just teaches you to be better with your, I don't know, this may have been a drunk one, I don't know. People nowadays have their phones and they're just like,
oh look at Jimmy, he's like shitting right now.
They're just snapping all these photos and they don't really care, they don't really mean anything, they just pick the best one. Whereas, when you have a film camera, you capture that moment for what it is, and if it's not perfect, well, I think that's what makes it perfect. 5. Okay, this is definitely a drunk one. It says see a pair of tits. I'm like, I think boobs are essential, and I'm not even gonna go into this. This is so dumb. Okay, I'll go into it a little bit. I think seeing a pair of boobs will like eliminate the shock factor when you actually see it. Okay guys, let's just take that for what it is. 6, learn how to use a washing machine. It's just one of those essential things. I've heard horror stories from people. Get somebody to teach you. Number 7, learn how to iron. Fun fact, you know those things in hotel rooms? Yeah, they're not complimentary surfboards. They're actually ironing boards. They're great for getting wrinkles out of clothing. I'm a huge hypocrite because I have both an iron and an ironing board. I'd just rather have the wrinkle style and just like,
no guys, it's vintage. The shirt has seen shit.
When in reality, it was just like crumpled up in my drawer. I don't know, that's just another life skill that's pretty good to have. Number 8, learn to use a lawnmower. I had a job as a teenager with a lawnmower. I started cutting grass at 14 and I did it for years. It's just one of those other like kind of like labor things that you should know how to do, because if ever you get a house, you're probably gonna have grass. That's so stupid. And grass needs to be cut, so learn how to use a lawnmower. Okay, next one. Number 9. Corny and as cliche as it sounds, it is so important. Travel as much as you can. Whenever you get the opportunity to travel, do it and take it. When I moved to Dallas, Texas, I have never grown as much of a person in a time frame than I did then. I was forced to make friends, and like I hate going to people and be like,
hi, I'm Dan, like I like playing soccer.
Which I hate playing soccer, I don't know why I said that. It taught me what I'm capable of, because sometimes your brain will tell you, no, you can't do this, or this is uncomfortable, or like stop. But you have to push through those. That's where like growth as a person happens. Number 10, ride roller coasters. Straight up, the older I get, the harder it is for me to go on roller coasters. 11, explore possible hobbies. If there's something you kind of like to do, give yourself at least a month to like really go full force with it. Perfect example, one of my hobbies in school was to make videos that made people laugh. I did lip sync videos, and that has totally blew up into a full-time career. 12, design your dream house. I remember doing this. My mom sat me down one night and she was like, hey Dan, I want you to draw me your dream house. Life in general tries to take away your imagination or really tries to suppress it. It does. And unless you're doing something on a weekly or daily basis that is creative and gets to expand your imagination, well then, yeah, you do get like cynical on life. When I designed my dream house, I had like a go-kart track, I had like a trampoline room, and I look at it now, and if you gave me $1 million, I would do that exact dream house. Can show you later on in life how you've evolved and changed. 13, what the f***? That's 8. Have a hero or somebody you look up to. For me personally, mine was Tom DeLonge. Life tosses you like confusing things and like situations and moments that you're like, it's tough to handle when it's a first time thing, but if you've seen somebody you look up to handle it, it's, I don't know, makes it a little easier. 14, go canoeing. I'm assuming that's another drunk one because I f***ing hate canoeing. Let's work with it. I would say that what I was trying to get at is like life and canoeing could be like the same, like one small stroke and you're like upside down drowning. And I'm definitely more of a city boy than I am a country boy. I can do canoeing. I can do canoeing. That just shows you can't. 15, learn to pop a bottle of champagne. You might be too young to drink, but just if you're at like a family party and somebody's about to pop champagne for whatever reason, ask if you can do it. There have been moments in life where like,
Dan, pop the bottle of champagne.
Yeah, like champagne.
and I'm just like, whoa, that looks bad. Okay, it's just one of those things. Like champagne, I feel comes up in life like once or twice a year, especially on New Year's. 16, make as many friends as possible. 17, this one's gonna sound confusing, so hear me out. Experience a broken heart. Don't go avidly searching to like get your heart broken. But if your heart gets broken, like when I had my heart broken, it changed me in a way that I felt was way better. So if it's happening to you, just know that it's important. And what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. As corny as that is, it's true. 18, learn to go to bed not angry, because you're not gonna wake up angry. You're not gonna go to bed thinking, because when you're in bed also, you're also in your head thinking about stuff. And if you're angry, you're gonna be like, no. If you can come to terms with it before going to bed, it's ideal. 19, say yes to opportunity, even if it scares you. I just thought about this like this morning, and I totally forgot about this. When I lived in Dallas, I got an email from a producer here in Toronto, and they said, we're casting for this new comedy show. Wanted you to audition for it. They were like, you have to do a minute worth of stand-up and cover 3 different topics. And I've never done stand-up before. Sure, I could tell jokes, but I think back, I went into this room with a table worth of people, and I did my first stand-up. I just look back and I'm like, damn, man, like I had balls back then. Last but not least, 20, learn who you are. All of these tips are gonna help you learn who you are. And I don't expect you to learn who you are by the age of 20, but those years are very forgiving. You can make mistakes and it's not as devastating as it is later on in life. When you're young, you haven't really experienced much of life, and so that's where you can really learn who you are, by doing the opportunities, making the changes, putting forth the effort, because you have so much more life to live. And so there you guys have it. Those are my lists. If you guys feel like they're, and I'm sure you guys all have your own, please tweet them to me at DDanocracy, or comment them on my Instagram photo, whatever. Please subscribe to my channel, guys. It helps me out a ton, and I'll see you guys in my next video. See you guys later.